Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right, man.
Morbid Angel's ninth studio album, Kingdom's Disdained, just released earlier this week. How are you guys feeling about it?
Dude, we're 100% stoked about it. I mean, real happy with the process of making it. Real happy with everything actually going on around the album and the band right now, man. I think everything's absolutely brilliant, man.
Yeah, man. And, I'll tell you from my end, it fucking rips too, man. So reviews pouring in from all corners of the internet, as well as all the diehard Morbid Angel fans are talking about the album. How do you guys feel about the critical reception of the album so far?
And honestly, I really, I mean, you don't really pay too much attention to that. They send us like blips and stuff, but I'm sure it's always the positive more than the negative. You know what I mean? But man, I don't really ever worry about it. Morbid Angel's a band that's been around a long time, and I have my own opinion on this album. And to be honest with you, dude, anything anybody else says isn't really going to change it much. You know what I mean? So I know this is dude. I know what this album is. I know exactly what this album is. So for me, I don't really listen to any critics, whether it's good or bad. I mean, on the good side, I don't want to, I don't want to feel, overly, stoked about, whatever. I mean, dude, I know, I already know, or the album wouldn't be out, dude. We'd still be working on it.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
This is the best attitude.
So, but dude, of course, dude, there's always going to be a little bit of negative because, I mean, honestly, dude, it means something, man. The thing is, Morbid Angel, it means something to a lot of people, and it's going to cause an opinion, and that's all good, dude.
Absolutely, man. So the most common thing that I've heard about Kingdom's Disdained is that it's really a return to form for Morbid Angel. Now, how do you feel about that statement, especially taking into consideration all the negativity surrounding the previous album that featured David Vincent?
Man, I think it's terrible that all that shit happened. You know what I mean? I really think it is. Honestly, man, this is going into this. We didn't really talk about that, man, at all. I mean, I really honestly, people have asked me over and over, did you guys talk about the direction? Did you decide it want to be more death metal? Dude, I think when Trey asked me, dude, the reason he asked me was because he sort of had an idea of what the final outcome of the album would be, and I think this is what we've got. I think that we both knew, working together, that it was going to be in a pretty intense album. You know what I mean? I love working with Trey's songs, dude. Working on his riffs, writing lyrics and stuff like that, dude. It's a big challenge, man. And honestly, the results sometimes for me, man, are much greater than I ever guessed they would have been. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of moments on this album that are like that for me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the lyrical content. Where do you guys draw influence from when writing lyrics, and what made you guys decide to write about the things that you did on this album?
Honestly, man, the vibes in the world made me really write the way I did for this album when I was writing the lyrics. Honestly, Trey really didn't give me any opinion at all about what to write about or anything like that. But honestly, a lot of things that I've always gotten from Trey wasn't because Trey said, you should write about this or that. It was usually a lot of time we'd have discussions. We would just be talking about events or talking about things, and sometimes the ideas that can develop will spark ideas for songs. And man, there was a lot of that on this album, man. And a lot of the fact of what was going on around us at the time was really, driving some things inside of me, dude. Maybe some frustrations, and I'm a person, I try to stay neutral, man, and stick to the facts when it comes to most things, you know what I mean? And, man, when we were writing this album, United States, dude, everybody was, I'd be in the airport, dude, and there would be people arguing, man, almost to the point of violence over politics, dude. And it was weird. It was causing all this crazy shit, man, and people, and it was causing all these vibes, man, and it just, honestly, man, it had my brain really going a lot, man. I was starting to, just really see how ridiculous the whole situation was coming. And even though I was trying my best to stay neutral in opinion, I did have an opinion about not just one side, but both sides. You know what I mean? And like, and to be honest with you, when writing in Morbid Angel, I always try and write about the spirit, about, the ancient, ancient gods and ancient ideas of, of people, that people had before things like Christianity came along. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to, write about a different sort of mentality, because, people's thinking, especially in the United States, dude, is very limited to a very, Christian type thing. Whether people are Christian or not, man, most of the laws, most of the rules, most of the traditions in the United States are based around Christianity, and anything outside of that, it freaks a lot of people out, even if they're not people who are quote unquote religious. You know what I mean? Because it becomes part of it's part of the moral structure. You know what I mean? So, but, and with that, dude, like when you've got things that are happening like rapid law changes, and where, there was a lot of things going on around people getting rights, people not having rights, who deserves rights, and it's like, dude, we're people. We're fucking people. Shouldn't we all just have some sort of rights?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that seems to be logical to me, but people start to want special rights, and then it starts to become ridiculous to me. You know what I mean? So there's always that point, dude, where it seems to me like, right down the middle. But, dude, when you're looking at it, and you're looking at things like, let's say, for instance, the gay marriage thing, dude, if you're a Christian and you've been raised a Christian your entire life, and they've been taught, and I'm not pro-Christian, I'm not saying this because this is my belief, I'm just giving you an example. If you're raised that way, and you're taught that that's wrong, that, marriage is something about the church, and things like this, it's a religious ceremony, these sort of things, and then people get in the discussion of, no, it's government. And then when government comes in, and government says, well, whether your church likes it or not, it's now legal. And, so now you just have to accept it. Dude, those people out there, that idea made them snap, bro. That idea, it conflicted so much inside the people, man, that it made them snap, and it really led to extreme things. And that's the point, dude, where social issues and sort of spiritual issues start to cross, man. And that's where a lot of the lyrics kind of come from,
I hear you, man. Definitely, there's a lot of stuff like that going on in the world for artists to draw influence from, for sure.
I agree, dude. And anytime things get tense like this, man, people seem to turn to, really heavy music as sort of an outlet. And it's always a great time for metal. And it's actually, I see it going on right now, man. It's fucking great,
Yeah, I mean, great on that hand, but, terrible on the other hand for the, all the turmoil.
99.9% of all that's just threat, dude. It's all threat, and most of it never comes out. It never happens, man. Most of the violence never comes. Most of the wars don't come. Most of the threats and disasters don't come. You know what I mean? So it's mostly just a bunch of hype and rhetoric, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about the artwork. Morbid Angel has always tended to have really good artwork, in my opinion. Now, how do you guys go about deciding on artwork, and what does the artwork for Kingdoms Disdained mean to you?
Well, the deciding about artwork thing is really about, who do we want to, have we seen something that we like that someone's done, or, something like that, dude. Sometimes, I mean, it's about, do you like an artist or not? Like Dan Seagrave, dude. That guy, I mean, yeah, man, he's great. He did fucking an amazing job on gateways and altars. You know what I mean? Fantastic dude. And I mean, but is he available? That's the second question. So you end up, man, and then, you end up just finding someone that you really want to work with. The guy that did the Morbid Angel, that did Kingdoms Disdained, his name's Ken Coleman, man. He's a dude that I've been a fan of him for probably 7 years, man. And, he's a sort of a kind of a different artist, man, than some people out there, man. He uses much more of a digital format than most guys, but I mean, the detail that he goes through making artwork is it's phenomenal, dude. He builds these models and photographs them, dude, and then he does just thousands of photographs and images and things like that, and then he sort of paints it all together using some sort of a digital platform or whatever.
Photoshop.
So yeah, so that's Photoshop. So that's what So that's we had it when we asked him to do it. Essentially, man, he sent us some stuff, and when he sent us the what he was thinking in the direction he'd like to go, honestly, we were just blown away by it. I mean, what the artwork represents, dude, that represents the earth coming to life, man. The soil becoming a man, becoming a giant, God creature, if you will, that's rising up to actually destroy the planet, man. So it's a pretty, it's pretty deep and dark idea, I think, So, I myself think it's fantastic.
Yeah, very death metal looking too.
Man, the thing about it is some people might argue with you, dude. I've actually heard a guy actually said something to me like, man, it looks like it's a video game. And I thought, well, that's fucking cool, man. If it looks like a video game, well, dude, I personally play video games so I can go into another world. And like, for instance, I play sports, dude. I can go into Madden, bro, and I can fucking throw 80-yard touchdowns. You know what I mean? And the thing about it is I do that because I can't do that in the real world. You know what I mean? So it's an escape. And to be honest with you, man, that's what, we're making music here, man. We're making albums, man, things that are music, shit that you listen to so you're not thinking about all the goddamn problems that you're dealing with in the real world,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So you came into Morbid Angel in '97 for the Formulas album. Then you stuck around for a few albums and you left. You came back, you left, and now you're back again. Are you back to stay this time?
Yeah, man. To be honest with you, there was never like really any personal issues. It was always something to do with personal life. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, man, I got kids and things, so it was just one of those things where there's just problems and you have to deal with your issues at hand, man. And when it's a band like Morbid, I mean, the thing about it is David came back. If it probably couldn't have been just another dude come in or whatever, you know what I mean? So, David came back in the band and they continued. I mean, I couldn't go to the band and say, hey, I need to deal with some shit. Can you give me 2-3 years or whatever and deal with this? And then we'll do another album. I mean, things were rolling along. Everybody wants to keep going. And dude, and once dude got in the band, man, I kind of left it as what it is, man. That's just what it is. And then, when the opportunity came, when Trey asked me if I wanted to do it, dude, it was simple. Yeah, man, I always loved creating music with Trey. I always loved the outcome of it, man, so I want to continue to do it. I want to be around as long as we're writing stuff that I like to do, you know what I mean? I don't want to do, me, I love death metal, dude. It's something that I love to do. It's a part of me. I love really aggressive music, and, as long as that's the music that Morbid Angel wants to create, and it's music that I like, I'll be a part of it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, speaking of David Vincent, he's been doing the whole I Am Morbid thing. How do you think him doing that project has affected Morbid Angel as far as fan perception goes? Have you noticed any division within the Morbid Angel fan base?
Not at all, dude. Not at all. I mean, dude, to be honest with you, I think that there's people out there that are David Vincent fans, dude. And if this is some sort of an outlet for them, that's cool. If they can still get to go see David do songs, that's cool. I don't know. I don't know what them guys are doing. I don't know. Are them guys going to make an album? Do those guys? But as far as it affecting us in any way, nah, dude. I don't think that there's any sort of effect on Morbid Angel whatsoever.
Good deal. So, with the release of such a crushing new album, you guys must have some big touring plans for 2018 and beyond to support that album. Anything you can tell us about your upcoming plans for touring?
Yeah, man. We don't have anything written in stone yet, so I can't announce anything. But like, come the end of winter, dude, we're going to start and we're going to tour the rest of the year at least. More than likely, we'll probably even be going the following year as well with this. We've got a lot of places to go, and we're going to do a whole lot of shows.
Sweet, man. So lately, I've been seeing a lot of bands that normally play in larger size venues doing shows at small capacity venues. Like, for instance, bands like Cryptopsy and Suffocation, etc., playing at clubs with smaller than a 500-person capacity. Just last week, I saw Narcotic Wasteland. I got to sit down with Dallas, who actually had a lot of really positive things to say about you personally as a human being.
Yeah, that's good. I got good things to say about him, too.
Yeah, great guy. It was awesome hanging with him. And he told me that he really digs playing smaller venues. So what's your preference as for the venues that you play with Morbid Angel? Do you like larger capacity venues or a smaller club with a more intimate feel?
Man, really, we tend to play places, that are a little bit larger, man, and have a little bit bigger stage.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, man, we've played a lot of shows over the years in different size places. We used to play a place called Coney Island High in Manhattan, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, dude, it was a little small box of a place with a real low, 1 foot high, probably stage, maybe 2 foot or something. And it was a very, very, every show was very intense, dude. So I like them both, man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I like them both. I like when there's a combination of them on tours, dude. The thing about it is I want there to be a bunch of Morbid Angel people, fans there, going crazy, man, really enjoying the show, man. And, whether that's in a 400 capacity or an 1800 or a, whatever, bigger. Mm-hmm. It really, to me, all that matters is the vibe there. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, we've gotten that vibe in all kinds of different venues, man. So, preference-wise, dude, I do like to have a little bit of a larger stage just because, dude, Trey's got a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? He's got a bunch, and I don't mean shit as in bad things. I mean gear. He's got a whole lot of gear and a lot of, you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, that stuff takes up space. I mean, so I prefer to have a little bit bigger stage, but, man, the vibe, sometimes those smaller places, man, you cannot replace that vibe. It just becomes a whole different level of intensity, man. Really kind of like the old days, I guess,
Yeah, absolutely. When playing live and doing a live performance, do you like to interact with your fans outside of the performance? And how do you feel about the expensive VIP packages that have been sold in recent years as a way for bands to meet fans, fans to meet bands, rather?
Man, as far as the VIP thing goes, it's not something we've done yet. I mean, it's not, I'm not interested in that, dude. To be honest, I get out, man. Whenever every city I go to, I get out and I walk, man. You know what I mean? And I check out the area. I find somewhere to eat, somewhere to have coffee, dude. I'm a social person to an extent. If you're an idiot, I'm not going to deal with you long. Mm-hmm. But dude, I'm a fairly social person if someone's interesting. So I mean, I kind of always like to just kind of run into people, man. And if you meet fans, dude, and they're cool, and they, then it's all good. The whole VIP thing, man. That's like, for me, man. That almost makes me feel like I'm a tiger in a zoo or something. You know what I mean? I'm not real interested in that. I have to sit there and talk to somebody because they gave me money. Fuck that, dude. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, but the thing about it is that I do love the fans, man. But generally, it seems like I meet a lot, dude. It seems to me like I meet a lot of the fans. So, for me, man, I guess that I don't think that whole VIP thing's a necessity, dude. You know what I mean? I think there's some people, though, that, it may be good for some people, because there's some people that, they might want to meet a band, but they really would not they wouldn't be bold enough to walk up and say, hey, are you such and such, and, strike up a conversation, out of some reason of intimidation. But I think, dude, most people, especially in death metal, man, especially in this genre of music, man, most dudes that I met, even back when, I was a fan and, things like that, like, dude, they're cool as hell. They're usually so, cool, it's unreal, dude. I remember running into Alex Webster, dude, in a Subway. He's getting a sandwich and shit, and they were playing a venue across the street, and I'm talking to the guy, and honestly, about 5 minutes in, I realized this dude's not really that different than me, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's just a cool dude who's a metalhead. I mean, we all got a lot of common, man. We're metalheads, man. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, man. I mean, myself, I that's one thing that I've learned over the years between doing these interviews and actually being a music promoter, is that, it's crazy how normal people, these people that you idolize your whole adult life, are.
Man, I think that, the thing about it is the people, man, I myself, I know I strive for some sort of normality, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, my brain's already, this, whatever, there's fireworks going on all the time, man. You know what I mean? So, I strive for some sort of normality, man. And actually, meeting someone that's cool and, might have a cool opinion and a new idea that I can, take in and toss around, man, is a cool thing for me, man. So, I always welcome the interaction, man. I never have a problem with talking to somebody as long as I got time. I mean, dude, there's always those days on tour where you've got something going on at home 3,000 miles away and you're trying to deal with it. You might not be the nicest person. And unfortunately, that's sometimes people's only opportunity to get to meet you, and they can end up not being the greatest moment. And, so that can suck, dude. But to be honest with you, man, most of the time, I think most people on most tours, dude, are really cool dudes. They're just really cool people, man. They're just, so, I mean, I don't know, but I understand that for some people, man, social interaction, especially this day and age, it's something hard to do for people, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for the opportunity to chat about Morbid Angel. Let's end with this. Can you please describe Kingdom's Disdained in just one sentence?
Completely horrifying possible reality.
Good one. All right, man. Thank you so much.